Okay, so here we are again for this week's video. This week I am going to speak to on the 3.5 gallon tank and the miles per gallon. I did get the break-in oil change made. So turn on the dash here real quick. So on the previous ride, I started out, the range meter said that I had 118 miles in range. Started at miles 653, rode to 697 miles on the odometer for a total of 44 miles, with the range meter indicating that I had 61 miles remaining. That calculates out to 105 miles on a full tank of gas. So when we rode yesterday, filled it back up at the 197 mark. Rode 65 miles to 762 on the odometer, which you should be able to see there. Also the fuel gauge indicating that I had 57 miles remaining on the full tank of gas. That translates to 122 miles on a full tank of gas. So at this point, based on the two good rides that I've done since the oil change, I'm averaging 105 to 122 miles per tank of gas for 3.5 gallons. Now the Z400 that I traded, it had a 4-gallon gas tank, and I was averaging on it between 120 and 140 miles per tank. So that half gallon equals to approximately 20, if you will, 20 extra miles on a tank of gas. I think the reason why the math on that worked out the way it did is because on that 400, I'd be riding between 8,000 and 11,000 RPMs, whereas on this thing, it redlines at 8,000, and I'm running the same speeds between 4,000 and 7,000 RPMs on the Indian as I was running on the Z400 at 8 to 11,000 RPMs. So I think the lower RPM performance is playing a role in in the miles per tank, if you will. And something that I did find interesting is that the range meter, it will calculate according to the how you're riding. So if you're running along at 6,000 RPMs, the range will start dropping, 5, 6, 7 miles on the tank, versus if you're only riding around at 4,000 RPMs, in which it goes up and increases, 5, 6, 7 mile range on the tank. So I think that's pretty cool. The range meter is real-time range, depending on how you're driving and the RPMs you're using. This is just a short video for today. The next service is at the 2,500 mark. Once I get to that and I do the next scheduled service at 2,500 miles, I'll do a re-evaluation on the miles per tank to see if that changes or if it's holding steady. This is something that I haven't seen any videos and anybody talk about other than they guesstimate and speculate. I'm giving real-time figures as far as what I'm seeing when I'm riding. If you guys have a theory as to how that works out, and if the RPMs that you ride at play a role, please leave it in the comments, and I'll take a look at that, and I'll definitely consider anything that anyone has to say. Thanks. Have a good one.